Okay, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. April 10th, right around the time I changed my winter tires to the summer tires. Fortunately, I discovered that I needed front brakes, so this is a good time to change them so I can do the front brakes at the same time. As you can see, there's air hose that I built into my service shed that's right in back of the car where I park it, and I keep all my jacks and stuff in it, and my things that I need to service the car, so it's pretty handy. So what I'm going to do now is get over there where you see the seat on in the jack stand, and jack the car up, pull the tire off, and see if I can get that brake off there. First thing I do is get the car jacked up just so the tire is just touching and there's enough friction there. I loosen the lug nuts. Next thing I'll do is use the power tool to take off the lug nuts, and then we'll see about taking off the brake caliper. One of the things I do before I actually put the pads on, I've taken the brake caliper off, is take some of the fluid out of the brake reservoir, so that when I compress the pistons in the caliper, the fluid pushed back will just fill it back up, and then of course when I have both sides down and I initially test the brakes, then I put fluid back into it. Alright, you can see I've got the caliper off, and I use this C-clamp to push the pistons back down, so when I put on the new shoes it'll fit over the disc brakes. You can see how badly these are worn. The one on the other side just plain fell off. That's how I knew. I was backing up, I heard a crunch, and that's how I knew that the brakes were bad. Now, the calipers on this front are really easy to take off. It's just one pin, a washer, and a C-clip, and it clamps on to this caliper holder. It's a pretty nice setup. Okay, here's a comparison of the two of them. You can see on the old one how it really wore down here and a little up here. Well, the one on the other side just completely fell off. And of course, when I was taking off the caliper, the clip that holds it into the caliper broke off inside. And here's the new one with the clips in the back. These clips seem like they'd be a pain, but they're really not. They help when it comes to putting these back on, believe me. Okay, the caliper's back on. Like I said, putting them back on is easy, and just slip in that little pin and wash and clip it, and you're all together. I'll throw the tire back on. My summer tire will be on, then I'll go to the back, do those, and then I'm going to go over to the other side and do the front brakes on that. Film this. I'm not sure if it'll, with the light I have out here, you'll be able to see it, but I inspected the rear calipers and they're just fine. I mean, the pads on the calipers, and they're just fine because I put those in at a much later date than I did the front ones. The front ones I changed at about 72,000 miles, and then these, the ones I replaced them went another 80,000. And I'm sure that these back pads will probably last until, 200,000, whatever. Another thing that had to be done to it last fall is all four of the competition springs that I put in there from Steeda at 20,000 miles broke on the bottom. So I put my original stock springs back in there. I'm liking having those back in there for a better ride and more clearance, ground clearance, when I go over curbs and stuff, or go out of driveway curbs and stuff. So it's a lot better. Okay, here you can see how bad this side was. Here's the pad holder, and you can see the pad's completely gone. Plus the clips that hold it into the pistons are both broke off. So I'll have to pry those out of there. But before I do that, I'm gonna get the piston pushed in, and then I'll put the brake pads on, and then the brakes for the front will be done, and I just have the front tire to put on, the front summer tire, and I'm pretty much done with this baby for the spring. By the way, this car in May will be 16 years old, May 31st. It's got over 150,000, if not 160,000 on it. It still runs and has as much power as the day it was that I picked it up. Well, actually, that's not true. When I picked it up, it didn't have as much power as it's got now, because I have done some modifications, and of course there was a Ford fix for power too. So it's got quite a bit more power than that. Okay, I'm going to start her up, and then probably take her around the block just to test the brakes, make sure they're not spongy, and then she'll be done.